Hey guys, I just decided today I would make a little video talking about the fact that I haven't played a video game in a very long time. Hey, haha, Docs. Gaming has been in my lifeblood since my conception from the primordial gamer ooze. I have been gaming since I was a child because God told me, "For you are a gamer, and to gamer you shall return." You couldn't keep me from gaming, Mom! It's a bit of a hyperbole, but there's a kernel of truth to it, you know? Everything around in my childhood was framed around gaming. I'd ask for games or eShop gift cards for all holidays and birthdays. I'd beg my parents specifically for Wizard 101 cards every chance I got, whether that be Easter or whatever else. So, all of my free time was dedicated to something gaming adjacent until I was maybe about 19 or 20. When I'd be listening to music in middle school, it would undoubtedly be Raid Shadow Legends. Yes, thank you to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video so I can afford groceries. Raid has taken over the gaming world and gamers will never game the same. There's no going back, y'all. It's a true console-level experience on your phone. Try out millions of champion combos and master endless tactics as you take on raid bosses, dungeon runs, campaign battles, and PvP arena matches. With over 600 champions with unique skills and hundreds of artifacts to equip, you can construct your team, develop your champions, and raid your way. During the course of my raid playthrough, I've been using Tatura Rhymehide. I love their little antlers. This legendary champion can veil your team, increase their defense, and put out block debuffs, neutralizing the kit of most bosses throughout the Doom Tower and helping out a lot with certain Hydra combinations. He also has decreased accuracy on his default skill, which is extremely useful for a host of Doom Tower boss mechanics. To even things out, his passive reflects some of the damage he takes and has a chance to freeze anyone who attacks him. He's amazing for Doom Tower waves. And right now, Raid's running an amazing trick-or-treat Halloween promotion where you can win a bunch of real-life and in-game prizes, including $1,000 Amazon cards and some of the best epic and legendary Halloween champions in Raid. The best part is it's all free, and it's all super easy. All you need is your Raid player ID. Just download Raid with my link in the description, then head to trickortreat.polarium.com. To make it even easier, I link that in the description too. From there, just enter your details, then spin the wheel and get your prize. That's it. Don't wait around. This special event runs October 15th to November 5th. And once it's over, so be fast. Only new players can win a prize. And if you haven't started playing Raid yet, click my link in the description or scan my QR code here on screen. You'll get unique bonuses worth $30. We're talking a free epic champion, Aina, 200k silver, 1 energy refill, 1 XP boost, and 1 ancient shard so you can summon awesome champions as soon as you get in game. All the treasure will be waiting for you here. Thank you again to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video.
Haedox.
A video game soundtrack, fucking bopping to Delfino Plaza on the bus while getting spit on by third graders. I'd weave words about Wuthering Heights' exploration of morality, or haphazardly rush through an assignment due that day, that hour in Starbucks, all the while listening to a looping 30-minute mix of Route 209 from Diamond and Pearl. During school, I'd play cool math games, which still fucking rule, by the way, or some seriously not safe for work flash simulators, which I think probably definitely didn't have any lasting psychological consequences. After school, my friends would come over to play Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the PS2 for hours, or my cousin would insist on doing only the big levels in Sonic Adventure DX because he just loved fishing. Yeah, so if you didn't think anyone enjoyed that shit, you'd be dead wrong. In conclusion, Sonic doesn't suck. I could go further and further into the depths of my obsession with gaming and all that entails, and honestly, I'll keep going, sorry. See, it wasn't really a big leap into making videos about video games at the age of 14. It was inevitable. I was already enveloped in gaming culture and critique. My other amounts of free time were dedicated to discussing games or criticizing people's opinions of games. This whole Haedox experiment grew out of the capital G gamer rage I had over an IGN review of Kirby Triple Deluxe where they called it too easy. Now, without opening up past trauma, it's Kirby. It's meant to be that way. It's silly to look back on how much I genuinely cared about the world and people in it with compassion and interest. However, that review sparked a fire in me to detail my thoughts on games because, and statistics show they were actually correct. And I mean that. A lot of people come on here, they try to say that, but I mean it. My opinions are always correct. That's not even acknowledging my other fixation, the Let's Play. I was so involved in watching people play games, I would write music for them. One of the first videos I ever uploaded was a tribute song for Jugga Conroy's Animal Crossing series. Nevertheless, my identity seemed to revolve around the very nebulous concept of the gamer. Like Guts' role as the struggler in Berserk, or the Allied forces on the beaches of Normandy. I was born into this cruel world to fulfill one purpose. The freaking game. Some of you that are well-versed, or should I say unversed in your Haedox lore records, know that for a long time, I refused to let the word gamer pass the threshold of my lips into the ether. I'd instead substitute that unforgivable curse with people who play video games. Now, I never really explained myself, and for that I'm not sorry. You should pay more attention to my genius level subtext. The word gamer carries with it a negative connotation for, various reasons, most of which have been dissected by even greater minds than I. But above those, I never wanted to be defined by anything other than my own individuality. I'm Paul, and I'm Haedox. Two identities that have been constructed and shaped by my own values and own perception of the world. I never like associating myself with labels as I think they're restrictive, and compartmentalizing the chaos of the world is futile in my opinion. My philosophy has always been to be uncompromisingly myself, with of course regard to showing respect and love to others and not forcing anyone to adopt what I understand as right and wrong. Yeah, right. Quote gamer, unquote, denotes something that hurts the core of my being. With that identity, you have a lot of assumed attributes to deal with. It presupposes that gaming is such an important activity, it's linked to who you actually are, when all you're doing is just experiencing a video game. Is that sufficient to make gaming a part of who you are? I love movies, but I'm not a cinephile. I just find them compelling and entertaining. Don't even get me started on fandoms or being a stan in this context. That isn't to say games aren't remarkable and captivating. Everyone listening to this can probably think of a time where they played a game that made them feel true wonder, or sorrow, or triumph, or rage. Games capture our entire attention, the whole emotional spectrum, and so much more. I love games. I love them like a brother-in-law. I feel sad about this loss, yet I've never been happier. I am probably the happiest I've ever been. I have everything that I really could want. I have a strong faith, I have strong friends, I have a lot to do. I'm pretty content. I have a lot more strength specifically than I did have as Haedox. Why would I choose to go back there? Well, because I believe the way Paul has evolved can mirror the way Haedox can evolve. I believe that I can take this channel to a really entertaining place again, and keep making original, captivating content that, eventually branches outside the realm of gaming. I want to continue to innovate and be productive in this creative space, which I still adore. I dream of finishing this channel in the fashion that was always planned. So much more to show all of you. I want to show you a version of Haedox that isn't perpetually depressed and down and bad things just keep happening to him. I want to make just, videos again, simply put. There's no truly satisfying conclusion to all of this. I still haven't gamed, I still haven't played Omori or Metroid Dread anymore since I put in that little bit of time that long time ago. I don't know how to return to playing games normally and producing content about them in a poignant manner. I struggle to enjoy them and be excited for them at the same level I once was. You know, I used to miss class, exams, deadlines, and everything for Nintendo Directs. E3 used to be my fucking Christmas time. I'd love to appreciate gaming again to make time for my once favorite activity. I remember some YouTuber friend once told me that if I really did enjoy playing video games, I should not make videos about said video games. He was right. You know, I think making videos about video games really took away from the pure adoration I once had. Why is that? Well, let's find out. Alright. Gaming is notably absent from my life. Imagine playing video games practically every day for 19 years and then one day not doing that. I've been gaming since the womb. Nay, I've been gaming since the moment my father unloaded. It's oddly disorienting for such a constant in your life to one day disappear, whether that be your grandma, a beloved pet, or, you know, playing Super Mario Sunshine. This isn't about gaming addiction. I've always had a healthy balance between gaming, fitness, friends, family, work, and God. It's never been a problem for me, but I feel like I want to at least acknowledge that the addiction exists and pay respect to people that legitimately struggle with it. For me, though, it's just gone. It's just gone. It's just gone. And I feel sad about that. Whether that be the grief of a time gone by or that experiencing someone's creativity through gaming was doing something for my soul and mind. As I speak these words, perhaps the reasons become clearer. I'm 23, I graduated college, I'm not saying I'm experiencing Bildungsroman. I stopped being a child when I started YouTube at age 14 and got my first death threat. But now it's something different. There's no youth to grasp onto anymore. No parents to pay your bills, no safety net to catch you when you can't. It's just you. It's just you now. Sometimes I feel like gaming was tied to that identity, that youthful armor that protected me from those potential horrors of the outside world. When I think about recapturing that, it doesn't feel like me. It's been patched out of my life. I've changed, and I've been through hell and back. How are you supposed to just sit down and game with all those considerations? This is the core reason why I haven't played a game. I'm not that person anymore. I was a gamer, and now I'm not. To play devil's advocate, it is a matter of making time for your hobbies. If I genuinely, really wanted to play a game, I would make time. That's just how motivation works. However, I'm trying to illustrate that not gaming is indicating a much deeper change in me. I'm no longer Haedox, I'm just Paul. Haedox was the side of myself that touted all of my thoughts and emotions that gaming provided, as well as being esoteric about everything under the sun. I'd share my thoughts unfiltered, but I would rarely make something that wasn't gaming adjacent, until recently. And also Garfield, Paul is the side of me that I don't display. The one that goes to the gym, gets a degree, is spiritually minded, meditates, takes care of the family, has other work to do in real L, and so on. I've been wrapping my head around this paradox for years now. It's strange how this dichotomy has come to define my life. I'm always in two worlds, it feels, and gaming, defines one of those worlds. The one where I'm Haedox. I haven't been Haedox in so long, yet I still yearn to complete the goals Haedox set out before not having to upload. That involves coming back to gaming. There's a lot of trauma associated with the field of gaming for me. A lot of it has been resolved. I mean, most of it. But there's this lingering sense of uneasiness that remains, like a do not enter sign in my brain. I want to come back to my passions, but I want to do it as myself and not the persona I invented online. Hence the profile picture change, because It's a paradox. I'm both, but still, I'm not. I'm really perplexed on these muddied feelings. How do you like my setup? I got all the art right there. I got literally, I've never really told anybody about that. That's when I almost got expelled from my high school. I'm putting on the mask again. Ugh. Hello. All of that preamble is to say I haven't played a video game in like over a year. Let me reiterate that. Yeah, so I can't flip it over. Hey, I've been reading off a script in this part, and I'm really sorry. I don't know how to record things, so yeah, you're gonna have to deal with it. Because after almost 2 decades of countless gaming experiences and owning over 600 games minimum online and off, I haven't played one in over a year. That's wild. It's unthinkable to consider. 50 times more unthinkable if my chubby old self could witness me now. But what do I mean by the statement, I haven't played a video game in over a year? I need to clarify because there's some nuance to that. Technically, I'm a liar. I have played a few games in over a year. However, I don't feel like I actually have played a video game. I don't feel like I actually experienced them or truly gamed. As an example, Michael, or Exo Paradigm Gamer, a resident elderly person of the Unversed cast, gifted me Metroid Dread in December of 2021, which I promptly picked up for an hour and stopped. Then he gifted me Omori in March of 2022, and which I promptly picked up for 40 minutes and stopped. I barely got through the introduction. It's like taking a sip from a smoothie and then throwing it away. A bite, a taste, no sustenance. Those were the only single-player experiences I had since March of 2021 when I went through Disco Elysium again with the new DLC. There were a few instances of multiplayer shenanigans, but admittedly they were never gaming-centric endeavors. The purpose was always just to shoot the shit with my buddies. The game was secondary, or even unnecessary, as it was just a prop to propel conversation. I feel like a real YouTuber, you know? Sometimes we'd even drop playing and just vibe in a call all night. From 2021, I can't even fucking... You see, this is the problem. I have like a fucked up finger. Look at this, look at this. Do you see that? Do you see how swollen that is? Can somebody in the comments tell me what I should do? From 2021 up until now, which is October 9th, 2022, the day of recording this, I've played a total of 5 hours in Sea of Thieves, 3 hours in Risk of Rain 2, a few hours in Wizard 101, and maybe 5 combined hours of Mario Kart / Party. Overall, I've gamed sporadically for under 30 hours, technically, but I never felt like I was performing my usual gaming ritual, my civic duty. I barely played one by myself. When I go for entertainment or to experience art, I choose to watch something or read something. I don't choose to play a game. There's a difference. There's perhaps a hole. Because being a YouTuber was exhausting and honestly not worth it for the little money I got. Every all-nighter, every hate comment over a video game opinion, every hour sacrificed, it's quite overwhelming. The funny thing is that it pollutes the entire shebang, including simply playing a video game. Now though, I've been so detached from that environment, the poison no longer affects me. So please don't pity me, that isn't my intention. I really don't need a lot of support. All I have ever wanted from you is to be heard. That's it. And if you've reached this point, genuinely, thank you. I want to just be myself, and I'm trying really hard. Still though, I have time, I have the space, I have the motive, but I still don't game right now. Instead, I read, I watch, I hike, I lift, I love. A part of me is just scared to return to the sunken place, and sometimes that sunken place was being Haedox.